Hello, my wonderful friend. Today's video is on 17 things men do that women love. Do you want to attract your crush, or are you looking to find your dream girl? If you are, you need to know what these things are, because this is how you become irresistible to her. This is how you attract a really classy, high quality woman. These are the things that make you stand out. And the key to beating the competition is to have what the competition doesn't have, right? So if you want to attract her instead of being rejected, you are in the right place. Now, this is very important. Some of the very best tips are at the end of this video. Honestly, it just gets better as you go along. So make sure, if you want to attract her, if you want to be irresistible, if you want to stand out, make sure you watch to the end. Before we dive in, if this is your first time watching, welcome. My name is Melannie. I'm a Christian dating coach for men. I teach you how to stop wasting your time and energy on bad relationships by learning the skills that instead get you your dream girl. The best part is, as a certified coach, I do not teach mind games and things that just create toxic relationships. So if you want that happy, lifelong relationship, make sure you subscribe, ring the notification bell, and give me a big thumbs up. Now, what you are about to hear is going to surprise you. Something that sets my methods apart is that I never teach you how to have a one-night fling. I teach you how to have a happy, lifelong relationship. The kind of relationship where you're crazy in love with your best friend and she's crazy in love with you too. Most of the information on the internet, to be honest, only teaches you how to attract toxic women and those one-night flings. So what you hear is going to surprise you. The reason being, it does not teach you how to attract toxic women. Instead, it gets you that lifelong relationship. These are the things that classy women are looking for. These are the things that allow you to be crazy in love for the rest of your life. So with that, let's get started. 17 things men do that women love. Number 1 is good communication. If you are a good communicator, you are far more attractive than you realize. This is something that means a lot to women. Nothing frustrates her more than a guy who doesn't communicate with her. She feels like she can't trust him. She feels like she doesn't matter to him. And that's not what she's looking for in a partner, right? But if instead he is a good communicator, oh my goodness. Now she knows she's found someone really exceptional. She feels like she matters to you, and honestly, good communication is one of the basics of a healthy relationship. She feels safe, she feels connected to you, and because this is something a lot of men struggle with, if you're the one who's a good communicator, you definitely stand out from the crowd. Okay, our next thing men do that women love is when you are a dream chaser. I've mentioned in past videos that boring people are boring. It sounds funny when you say it out loud, but nobody really wants to marry someone who's boring, right? Nobody wants to have a relationship with someone who's boring. So being an interesting person, that's attractive. That's like super hot. That's how you stand out. And one of the ways you do that is by being a dream chaser. There is something that kind of lights us on fire when somebody else is on fire about life and about pursuing good things. So it's one thing to be a dreamer, and that's good. But when you're a dream chaser, that's hot. The next thing men do that women love is when you are playful. There is something really charming about someone who's playful and fun and childlike. Now, please do not misunderstand. Being childish, that is not attractive at all. That actually irritates her really bad. But someone who is childlike and playful and helps her enjoy being with him, that is super attractive. A really good example of being playful but not childish is actually the Property Brothers. I don't know if you've ever seen their show, but they are really confident. They're masculine, they're assertive, but they're also really playful. And that's what makes them charming and what makes them attractive. You want to be attractive to women, you want to stand out from the crowd, let yourself be playful. Okay, our next thing men do that women love is when you are confident. There is nothing quite as attractive as confidence. This is why I spend so much time teaching my clients about this in my program. Confidence makes you feel amazing, which you deserve, right? That's something you want, right? But it also makes you insanely attractive to her. Now, here's something important you need to know about confidence. How do you become confident? Well, there are two parts to this. The first part is if you're good at something, you're confident in it, right? Just like think of your favorite hobby, something you know you're really good at, you really enjoy doing. You're confident in that area, right? Well, when you are good at dating and relationships, when you are good at knowing how to be attractive, when you are good at social skills, you are confident because you know what you are doing. In addition to that, confidence also comes from having a healthy self-love and healthy self-respect. So there are several ways you want to approach it. Make sure you are competent and make sure you're creating those healthy habits that help you have that healthy self-love. This leads us to our next thing that men do that women love. And this is when you have an understanding of what a healthy relationship actually is, and you know how to create a healthy relationship. At the end of the day, even if people don't word it that way, everyone is looking for a healthy relationship. That's the type of relationship where there's loyalty, there's trust, there's love, there's flirting. Everything wonderful about a relationship is included in a healthy relationship. And if she's a classy woman, that's all she's going to want is a healthy relationship. She will never settle for anything less. Now, here's the important part. So pay close attention because so many men miss this, and this causes you to be rejected and causes this not to work out. Most people are not taught about what a healthy relationship even looks like, let alone how to create it. Now, they think they are taught that. They think they know what it is, but they actually don't. This is why you can try everything and still not get your dream girl. This is why you can be doing everything right. You can be super attractive and still not get your dream girl. You have a misunderstanding about what healthy relationships are and how to create one. So if you want to get your dream girl, it's very important that you do understand this. I have a free masterclass where I teach you what you need to know. There's a link in the description below, and I will also put a link in the pinned comment. Seriously, guys, I can't stress this enough. If you want to set yourself up for success instead of failure, you need to know about this. So again, there's a link in the description below and a link in the pinned comment. Okay, the next thing that men do that women love is when you are a real man, when you are a masculine man. If you haven't yet seen this video, I do talk about this in more detail there. I'll put a link in the description below to that as well. When you lead out in the relationship, that is one way for you to be very confident in her eyes and very masculine. One way to do this, for instance, is when you say, hey, can I buy you some hot chocolate? Can I buy you a smoothie? Whatever it is. When you lead out in the relationship, that means the world to her. I know it sounds simple. Buying her a smoothie means a lot to her. Absolutely. It's not about the money. The money doesn't matter. I get a lot of comments on here from trolls. Don't look for the comments. I delete them. But I get a lot of comments on here. Oh, all she wants is money. No, she doesn't care about the money. As a matter of fact, if she's a classy woman, she's making her own money. What it is you need to realize God made women different than men. That makes sense, right? And so to you, it's just buying her a smoothie. To her, it's, wow, I'm safe with him. Wow, he's protective. Women need men to take care of them in a different way than men need women to take care of them. And so she sees you as confident. She sees you as capable. She sees you as masculine when you do simple things like that. So no, it is not about the money. It's about who you are. And when you lead out in that way, whoa, that sets you apart. That makes you attractive. Okay, the next thing is when you show interest. Do you want to be insanely attractive to her? Do you want to stand out from the crowd and make her think about you all the time and give her like butterflies in her stomach? Then pursue her. Show interest in her. This makes her feel feminine and safe and protected. It helps her see you as reliable and dependable and capable. Showing interest is one of the most attractive things you can do. Now, speaking of showing interest, this leads us right into our next thing men do that women love, and this is when you approach her. There is nothing more confident and masculine and hot than a guy who's confident enough to approach you, and he knows how to approach you like the right way so that it's not awkward, because awkward feels awkward. It is so attractive when he has enough self-respect, he believes in himself enough to be able to approach. That right there, that is hot. Okay, this one is probably going to surprise you. Another thing men do that women love is when you open the door for her, when you are a gentleman. I don't care what anybody says, especially what the feminists say. Gonna get some hate for that one. But guys, if she's a classy woman, she's looking for a gentleman. And if you are a gentleman, that is how you attract ladies. So no, it's not old-fashioned. As a matter of fact, it's exceptional to be a gentleman. It is exceptional to open the door for her. Any classy woman, her heart just melts when a guy shows that kind of respect and that kind of confidence. And the good news is you only want a classy woman, right? Seriously, right now, comment classy as like an amen. You only are looking for a classy woman, right? Seriously, leave it in there. And if you have any comments or questions, leave those in the comments as well. I love hearing from you. Okay, next up on things that men do that women love is being assertive. Nothing is quite as attractive and quite as confident as being an assertive person. Setting boundaries, knowing your own thoughts and beliefs, and politely standing your ground. That makes you really masculine. That makes you really confident and really attractive. She feels safe with you. She feels very drawn to you. Okay, our next thing is when you are proactive about looking nice. You want a woman who's beautiful, right? There's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, there'd be a little something wrong with you if you didn't. The same is true for her. She wants a man who is attractive. All this means is a man who's proactive about looking his best. Your hair looks nice. If you have facial hair, it's well trimmed, or you have no facial hair, or you smell nice. Your shoes are really classy. Your outfit is well put together. She wants a man who looks nice. This is not about perfection. A lot of people, oh, now I have to look like a supermodel. Awesome. She's not interested in perfection. She's interested in effort. So if you are proactive about looking nice, oh my goodness, that speaks volumes to her. She loves that because she likes to see what you look like and she likes to smell your cologne. But also it shows her that you have self-respect, and that is incredibly attractive. Okay, next on our list of things men do that women love is kindness. Have you heard that nice guys always finish last? That is actually a lie, guys. It just is. Pushovers finish last, okay? Nice guys get the girl all day long as they have the right skills. As a matter of fact, I've mentioned this before, there was a massive study done where they asked everyone what they wanted most in a partner, and kindness was the number one thing. She wants somebody she can depend on. She wants somebody who's going to be sensitive and gentle. She wants someone who is kind, and not just to her, but to everyone, to animals, to children, to the waitress, to everyone. If you are a kind person, that matters so much to women. That right there helps her fall in love with you. Okay, the next thing men do that women love is when you are vulnerable. Now, when I say vulnerable, please don't misinterpret it. I don't mean needy. Needy is never attractive, but someone who is willing to be vulnerable, they're willing to open up. Wow, that's really attractive because as humans, we're vulnerable. That's part of what it means to be human. And so if she sees that it's okay for you to be vulnerable, it shows her that she can be vulnerable too. It helps her feel connected to you because now you're human. You're not like some superhero that's not relatable. Being vulnerable, as humans, we are attracted to people who are willing to open up and be vulnerable. So a lot of people will say, no, you have to be dominant and show her how dominant you are. And that's actually not true. If she's looking for a lifelong partner, she wants someone who's as human as she is. Okay, the next thing men do that women love is when you have skills. I have said this a million times. I will say it a million more times because it will always be true. Skills are what attract women. As a matter of fact, if you've seen this video, you know that attraction is actually skill-based. If you haven't seen that video, it's a good one. There's a link in the description below. Some of the most important skills you can learn are social skills. Women are very, very attracted to men who are very competent socially. As a matter of fact, if he's not competent socially, she feels awkward. And it's hard to be attracted to someone you feel awkward around. The good news is the fact that there's skills means you can learn them. Anyone can learn skills, right? So at the end of the day, skills are some of the most attractive things you can have. And some of the most important skills are social skills. Okay, the next thing is a growth mindset. There's a big difference between someone who feels like they are stuck where they are and someone who feels like they can progress, they can improve. That kind of person is really attractive. Someone who feels stuck or keeps themselves stuck, oh, this is just the way I am, this is the way it will always be, that's not real attractive. But someone who's always trying to become better and always trying to improve and sees that as possible, that's attractive. Women love that. That's what classy women want. Okay, the next thing is having a positive outlook on life. People like people who make them feel good. It's as simple as that. And someone who is positive is insanely attractive. This obviously doesn't mean that you don't acknowledge the bad in the world, because it's there and you can't lie about those things. That's not what a positive person does. A positive person acknowledges the bad but chooses to focus on the good. This makes everyone feel more relaxed around them and they're more enjoyable to be with. That is the type of person women love. Something else I love to teach in my program is that happy people are irresistible. If you want to stand out from the crowd, if you want to be irresistible, have a positive outlook on life. Okay, the next thing men do that women love is probably going to surprise you. Women, classy women, real women, high quality women, she loves it when you are clean. And what I mean is clean morally. Your language is clean, your thoughts are clean, your hobbies and activities are clean and appropriate. So many people on the internet right now are teaching you that you need to be obsessed with sex and obsessed with being sexy and focus all your time and energy on how you can be the sexiest person ever. Guys, if that's what toxic women want, and the people teaching you those things are teaching you how to attract toxic women. If instead you are looking for a high quality woman, a classy woman, the kind of woman who wants to give you her whole heart and absolutely love and adore you, that kind of woman, the sexiest thing you can ever do is only have eyes for her. The sexiest thing you can ever do is keep yourself morally clean. That's the kind of man she can rely on. That's the kind of man she can trust. That's the kind of man she can feel completely safe giving her whole heart to. So I'm gonna say it again. The sexiest thing you can ever do is have eyes only for her. Okay, let's sum up the things that men do that women love. Number 1 is good communication. 2 is being a dream chaser. That's attractive, that's interesting, that's someone you want to spend your life with. Next up, we have someone who's playful, not childish, but childlike. That is insanely charming and really fun. The next thing men do that women love is when you are confident. Remember that confidence comes from being good at something, knowing what you're actually doing. That leads us to knowing what a healthy relationship is and knowing how to create one. Most people have not been taught what this is or how to create one, so do make sure you watch my free masterclass, because this is literally the difference between getting your dream girl and not. So do make sure you watch that. There's a link in the description below. Our next thing is when he's a real man. Oh my goodness, that lights her heart on fire. The next thing is when he shows interest. Whoa, that helps you stand out from the crowd. That makes her feel feminine. That makes her feel amazing and very attracted to you. This leads us to the next one, which is approaching her. When a man knows how to approach the right way, he knows how to read those signals, and he approaches, whew, that's attractive. Next up is being a gentleman, opening the door for her. That is not old-fashioned, that is classy. The next thing guys do that women love is when you are assertive. You know how to set appropriate boundaries. Next is when you make taking care of yourself a priority. When from head to toe, you are proactive about looking awesome. This leads us to our next thing men do that women love, and that is kindness. When you are kind, when you are sensitive, when you are gentle to everyone, that speaks volumes to her. That is what she's looking for in a partner. Next up is when you are willing to be vulnerable. Again, I don't mean needy, but when you're willing to be vulnerable, oh my goodness, she is drawn to a man like that. that. Next up is having good skills. And some of the most important skills are social skills. This is what makes it attractive to her when you interact with her instead of awkward. Then we have a growth mindset. Instead of feeling stuck where you are, instead you believe and see and proactively work towards progression. Next up is a positive outlook on life. Remember, happy people are irresistible. And being clean, being a morally clean person. That right there is what matters to her the very most. Thank you so much for watching, my amazing friend. If you learned something new, give me a big thumbs up and subscribe and ring that notification bell if you haven't yet. I want to hear from you in the comments. Did you enjoy this video? Would you like more videos like this one? If you would, make sure you comment classy and leave any comments or questions in the comments. If we're not yet friends on social media, we need to be. There are links for that in the description below. I share exclusive content in my Instagram stories, so make sure you at least follow me there. Do you have a friend who would enjoy this video? It would mean the world to me if you would share it with him. Thank you so much again for watching, my amazing friend, and have an amazing day. Okay, what you are about to hear is going to surprise you. What? Surprised me too. Even though I wrote it. Our next thing meant... Yes, I totally lost my train of thought there. I'm getting really hot in here. Okay. I have no idea how that's going to help, but I felt like it would.